Alright, let's be real. Who doesn't love the idea of firing off some absolute beast of a round just to see what it can do? Now, before your mind goes anywhere else, let's keep it clean because today's video is all about 15 insane ammo types you won't believe actually exist. And trust me, by the end of this, you might just want to swap out your favorite round. Kicking things off with number 1, 12-gauge slugs. If buckshot is all about spreading the damage, 12-gauge slugs are the precision powerhouse of shotguns. These massive hunks of lead hit like a freight train and are commonly used for hunting big game and home defense. But they're so powerful that they've been known to stop vehicles in their tracks. Getting hit by one? Yeah, that's like getting smacked by a mini cannonball. They're no joke when it comes to taking down large threats or barriers. At number 2, we have VX gas rounds. This one sounds like something out of sci-fi, but it's very real. VX gas is a lethal chemical agent, and yes, there are actual rounds designed to deliver it. These aren't meant for traditional warfare, but instead have been linked to covert operations and assassination attempts. The ethical and legal implications of these rounds are massive, but the fact that they even exist is disturbing. It's a chilling reminder of how weapons tech can blur the line between innovation and horror, creating tools for silent, insidious attacks with devastating consequences. Moving on to number 3, we have hollow point bullets, probably one of the most well-known rounds out there. These bullets are designed to expand on impact, creating a mushroom-like shape that delivers maximum damage to whatever they hit. Unlike regular bullets that simply pass through, hollow points are meant to stop inside the target, dumping all their energy right there. That's why police and civilians use them for self-defense. They reduce the risk of over-penetration, meaning you're less likely to hit a bystander. But not everyone's a fan. Critics argue they're excessively lethal, causing devastating internal injuries that make them controversial. However, hunters appreciate them for their quick, humane kills, while law enforcement points to reduced ricochets and collateral damage as justification. Still, their sheer stopping power makes them a hot topic of debate. Now at number 4, we have armor-piercing incendiary or API rounds. Because if you want a bullet that can punch through armor and set it on fire, these are the ones. API rounds are built with a hardened core, usually made from tungsten or steel, and a chemical tip that ignites on impact. Primarily used by militaries to take down armored vehicles and aircraft, these rounds are pure devastation. The thought of these falling into civilian hands? Terrifying. Not only can they tear through armor, but they also set everything ablaze, making them as psychologically destructive as they are physically. For military snipers, API rounds are a go-to choice when taking out high-value targets like enemy equipment or infrastructure. Unlike regular rounds, these don't just kill, they ensure total destruction beyond the initial impact. The mix of armor-piercing penetration and incendiary chaos makes these rounds one of the most feared and effective tools of warfare. Up next at number 5, we've got exploding bullets, because regular bullets just weren't destructive enough. Officially called small-caliber explosive rounds, these are designed to detonate inside the target, causing absolutely brutal damage. In fact, they're so destructive that they've been banned in most wars under the Hague Convention. That hasn't stopped them from being used in military operations against vehicles and fortified positions. But let's be real, the fact that they exist at all is straight up terrifying. Originally, exploding bullets were developed during World War II for aircraft-mounted machine guns, helping pilots take down enemy planes. Nowadays, they're mostly out of use for ethical reasons, but their existence serves as a chilling reminder of how far weapons engineers will go to maximize firepower. Now moving on to number 6, we have something straight out of an action movie, Dragon's Breath shotgun shells. Unlike regular shells that fire pellets, these shoot out a blast of burning magnesium, creating a 100-foot-long fireball. Basically, it's a flamethrower in shotgun form. Cool? Yeah. Practical? Not really. These rounds aren't exactly great for hunting or self-defense, but if you ever wanted to turn the night sky into a pyrotechnic show, this is the way to do it. However, the risks are massive. One misfire and you could set everything around you on fire. Originally designed as a novelty round, Dragon's Breath has gained popularity thanks to viral videos and demonstrations. But don't let the spectacle fool you. This thing burns hot enough to cause serious injuries and is wildly unpredictable. Next up on number 7 we have Black Talon bullets. Black Talon bullets earned such a brutal reputation in the 1990s that they were yanked off the market. These rounds function like hollow points, but with a gruesome twist. Upon impact, their sharp edges fan out into claw-like blades, tearing through tissue with terrifying efficiency. Though media hysteria dubbed them cop killer bullets, a claim debunked as myth, their legacy as nightmare fuel stuck. The injuries they caused were often catastrophic, leaving surgeons scrambling to save victims. Even after the manufacturer rebranded the design, the bullet's eerie black coating meant to reduce barrel residue cemented its dark, almost cinematic infamy. Moving on to number 8, depleted uranium rounds. Made from leftover nuclear material, depleted uranium or DU rounds are the ultimate armor piercers. Their density lets them slice through tanks like butter, but here's the catch: they're slightly radioactive. While militaries adore DU rounds for their tank-busting power, environmentalists slam them for contaminating conflict zones with toxic waste. After the Gulf War and Balkan conflicts, reports linked DU use to long-term health issues in civilians and environmental damage. Critics argue they blur the line between conventional weapons and WMDs, debates that rage on despite their battlefield effectiveness. Shifting gears to number 9, 50 BMG rounds. The 50 Browning machine gun round isn't just a bullet, it's a statement. Originally designed for heavy machine guns, these colossal rounds can punch through vehicles, walls, and human targets with equal ease. Snipers love them for their mile-plus range, turning the 50 BMG into a long-range game-changer. In movies, they're the go-to for showcasing raw power, but in real combat, they're versatile tools, disabling engines, breaching bunkers, or stopping threats cold. One shot might hit multiple targets, making them as practical as they are intimidating. Continuing with number 10, RIP rounds. RIP rounds are marketed as the last round you'll ever need, and it's easy to see why. On impact, these bullets fragment into jagged shards, carving multiple wound channels through tissue. Supporters claim they're ideal for self-defense, but critics call them excessively cruel, as the scattered fragments make medical treatment nearly impossible. The design's shredded edges and sci-fi vibe split opinions. Some dismiss RIPs as a marketing gimmick, while others hail them as a morbid leap in ammunition tech. Either way, they're a lightning rod for debates over how far stopping power should go. Next up for your big guns, we have number 11, flechette rounds. Ever heard of shotgun shells packed with tiny steel darts instead of regular pellets? That's what flechette rounds are, basically a storm of mini spears flying in all directions when fired. Originally designed for warfare, these things are brutal and not exactly precise. Imagine getting hit by a handful of razor-sharp needles. Yeah, not fun. They were heavily used in Vietnam because they could cut through thick jungle and hit multiple targets at once, making them both effective and terrifying. Coming at 12, the lucky number, high-explosive incendiary armor-piercing rounds. Talk about overkill. These rounds explode, set things on fire, and punch through armor all at the same time. Think of them as the Swiss Army knife of ammunition. Mostly used in aircraft cannons, they're designed to wreck vehicles and fortify positions. Civilians can't legally own them, for good reason, but their sheer destructive power is insane. They're a favorite for taking out armored threats while also dealing maximum damage to anything nearby. Moving on from overkill, on number 13, we have Glazer safety slugs. The name safety slugs might sound harmless, but trust me, they're anything but. These bullets break apart on impact, scattering tiny metal fragments inside the target. The idea is to prevent overpenetration and accidental hits, but the downside? They cause massive internal damage and are nearly impossible to remove surgically. Law enforcement and self-defense users like them for reducing ricochet risk, but they're still controversial for how lethal they are. At number 14, we have Frag 12 shotgun rounds. What if your shotgun could fire grenades? That's exactly what Frag 12 rounds do. These shells explode on impact, making them mini grenades. Mainly used by the military, they can breach doors, destroy light vehicles, and cause mayhem in close quarters combat. They turn a shotgun into a demolition tool straight out of a video game. And finally, we have number 15, 338 Lapua Magnum. This is a sniper's dream round. The 338 Lapua Magnum is built for extreme long-range precision, capable of hitting targets over a mile away. It's so powerful, it can punch through barriers and still take out its target with deadly force. And if you're on the receiving end, you probably won't even hear the shot before it's too late. Snipers love it for its accuracy, and competitive shooters push its limits in precision contests. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to stay updated on all the latest news on this channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. By doing so, you'll stay in the loop with all our future updates. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.